In this video, we'll do some practice problems related to the rule of product and rule of sum. So for the first question, we have 8 women and 5 men are elected for president. So they're all going to run for president. So how many ways is there to choose a winner or a president? So we look and we say, okay, there's 8 women we can choose and there's 5 men we can choose. But this is 8 women or 5 men. So we use the rule of sum to say, look, there's 13 ways we can choose a winner. And this makes sense because there's 13 participants. We're just breaking them up into cases of men and women. So either a woman can win or a man can win. Therefore, 8 plus 5 is 13. Okay, so how many man versus woman pairs can we make? So let's pretend it's going to be 1 woman up against 1 man. So for the men, there's 5 choices for the man to be in our pair. And then there's going to be 8 choices for the woman. So we're going to have 40 pairs. Now this uses the rule of product because we're choosing a man out of our pool of 5, and then we're choosing a woman out of our pool of 5, and we're pairing them up. So each man is going to be paired with each woman, or has the possibility to be. So we choose a man, and then we choose a woman, so it's 5 times 8, that's 40 possible pairs. Okay, how many ways can we choose a president and a female vice president? So first we're choosing a president, and then we're choosing a vice president, but that vice president has to be female. Okay, so let's take a look here. How many ways can we choose a president? Well, let's think here. There's 13 candidates for a president. So we choose one of those 13 candidates, and then we need to choose a vice president. Well, here's the problem. If our first president is female, then our second choice for vice president is going to have 1 less woman in the pool. But if our president is male, then we have all 8 women to choose from. So maybe we shouldn't say it's 13 times something. Maybe we should break this up and say, look, we have a male president or a female president. So our first scenario here, we have a male president. So let's do that. We choose a president from the men. That's 5. And then we choose a female vice president. So now we have 8 possible choices. So this is our male-female pair. And then we're going to have a female-female pair. So we have 8 choices for a woman as president, and then we have 7 choices for the remaining woman as president. So this is the F and F combo. And we're saying, look, it can be male and female or female and female. So we use the rule of sum to add these 2 conditions together. So our end result is going to be 40 plus 56, which is 96 possible pairs. So this is a nice example of how you can take a very simple problem and make it a little bit more difficult. If we said choose a president and a vice president, that'd be easy because we have 13 possible choices for the first and 12 for the vice president. But this gets a little bit more difficult because we're putting this constraint on the vice president, and one of those women might be used up in the first if we just start with 13, saying, okay, look, it can be any of these 13, and then you break the vice president up into cases. Not too easy. Okay. There's the first question. Second question, we want to buy a sandwich, and this store has 3 types of bread, 5 types of meat, and 6 types of cheese. So how many ways can we make a 1 meat, 1 cheese sandwich? Well, first, we choose our type of bread. So there's 3 types. Then we want to choose our meat. So there's 5 types we can choose from. Then we want to choose our cheese. There's 6 types to choose from. So we have 3 bread, 5 meat, and 6 cheeses to choose from, which means we have a total of 90 combinations. This is just like the ice cream problem in the previous lecture video. 2. How many ways can we make a 3 meat, 2 cheese sandwich, and we don't want any repeats? Okay, so first we choose our type of bread. And now we want 3 meats. So we have 5 choices for our first meat. We have 4 choices for the second meat, and we have 3 choices for the third meat, because we want 3 different meats. Okay. And then we want to multiply this by a 2 cheese sandwich. So we have 6 choices for our first cheese, and 5 choices for our second cheese. So our end result is going to be much higher than 90. It's going to be 15 times, or let's say 3 times 60 times 30. It's 90 times 60. So this is going to be 5,400 possible combinations. So if you want 3 meats and 2 cheeses instead of 1 meat and 1 cheese, you have a lot more options, which is good, because options are good. Anyways, those were some example questions for the rule of product and rule of sum. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll answer them as quickly as I can.